Hi there, folks. I'm Nate Davis, paramedic firefighter here at Station 7, and today we're going over one of our newer engines, Engine 7. Today we're going to go over one of our newest engines, Engine 7. It's a 2019 Sutphen fire engine. Here we have our driver's compartment, pretty standard compartment, pretty similar to most of the other new ones. This is where generally I ride in the back here. This is where the firefighters ride. As you can see, we have integrated MSA packs into the seats. Our first compartment here, just past that, is this is a transverse compartment. As you can see in there, we do have our ballistic vest there and max air fan below it. Next, we have our tack lines here. They're protected by this flap. Here we have our fire extinguishers. This makes it quite a bit easier to store than how we used to in the compartments. On these new engines, we make use of every little inch of space. This is the pump panel for Engine 7. 2,000 gallons per minute is what it's rated for. It's a Hale pump. So next is going to be our engineer's compartment. As you can see, we have lots of spare hose. Elevator keys here, lots of adapters as well. And I believe this is one of the first times we've had the integrated toolbox for all the various tools we need. You never really know quite what you're going to need, so you want to take it all. Next, we'll go to the high driver's side compartment. And in here we have our Milwaukee battery-powered various tools. We have blower, small chop saw there, chainsaw there as well. And we have sawzalls here and here. And this is our Blitz fire nozzle here. And for our next compartment, this is going to be the driver's side rear compartment. We have our high-rise kit, and this is for obviously high-rise fires. We'll each take a length of hose and of course the kit there in the red. And this is our pre-piped oil absorbent there. It comes from a hopper up top. It carries about 100 pounds of oil dry. Makes it pretty easy to deploy. Of course, traffic comes there as well. So we'll move back to the rear of the vehicle here. Have our pull-out compartment here. We have a hydrant assist valve. We use that on most every fire. A hydrant pack, as well as hydrant wrenches, etc. And something special about Engine 7 that we carry on board would be hard suction. In case we have to draft water, here we have our hard suction hose. We carry 2 lengths of that. We also have our 24-foot extension ladder, and then our roof ladder here and several hooks as well. And we're on top of Engine 7 going over some of our compartments we have up here. Primarily just overflow storage, if you will. But the first compartment here is our oil absorbent. It's about 100 pounds worth of oil absorbent in this hopper here. And it is pre-piped down through the compartment below to deploy into a 5-gallon pail. Much easier that way than using the bags like we did in the old days. So our next compartment, this is going to be a forestry pack here. As you can see, you just fill it up with water there, put it in your pack, and it's more for wildland fires, things of that nature. And the next compartment, I went ahead and pulled these things here out, is going to be pretty much full of these absorbent snakes and absorbent pads. That's primarily for gas, oil spills, diesel spills, things like that. And now we're going to move over to the officer's side of the top of engine 7. As you can see here, we have 5 of these total. This is an everyday spade, shovel that anybody would have in their own garage at home, mainly used for wildfire, things like that. And here we have what's called a trash or rubbish hook. And this we use mainly to move things around within a like a garbage fire, something like that, dumpster fires, etc. So the next compartment, you'll see we have personal flotation devices for swift water rescues. Alrighty folks, now we're in the hose bed of engine 7 up here on top. As you can see, this big yellow hose here is what we call large diameter hose in its supply line. This is going to be what we use to get the water from the fire hydrant to the fire engine to fight the fire. It's 5-inch in diameter, and again, that's our LDH hose. Next to it here, we have an attack line. This is 1 3/4 line. It's 400 feet, and this is used to attack the fire, as well as this other hose next to me here. This is going to be a 2.5-inch hose, and that's also 400 feet of attack line. So on top of engine 7 and the back hose bed, we're going to have 3 different hoses total, 2 attack lines and 1 supply line. And this is our deck gun. So this particular apparatus here is going to be able to throw up to 1,250 gallons a minute. We generally use this for really big fires, because with big fires you need big water, and that delivers it every time. So we're going to move over to, let's see, our foam complement here. Engine 7 has a 30-gallon built-in foam tank that we fill from here up top. And it also has a 1,000-gallon water tank. We carry 1,000 gallons of water on board engine 7. We're going to go on around to our passenger side rear. And this is going to be, we'll start with the Hurst battery-powered extrication tools. You can see here we have the Jaws of Life there. And we have cutters here. That's for extrication of people out of cars. Above it here we have a chainsaw, vent saw for cutting holes in roofs, etc. Also behind that is a K12 saw, demo saw. This one's by Stihl. We use that pretty much for cutting vehicles. You can also cut holes in roofs, things of that nature. We have Honda inverter generator and plenty of crib there. So next we're going to move on to the passenger side high compartment. This is where we keep all of our medical gear. Being there's a paramedic that rides on this truck, we carry the LifePak 15 monitor on board, as well as other advanced paramedic tools in the airway bag, as well as the what we call the big bag, or the med bag as well. So next we'll move on to the passenger side front compartment here, and this is all of our hand tools. We have here we have the sledgehammer, pickhead axe, Halligan, and some other tools in there. As with the other side, we have another extinguisher storage area here. And here we have, this is just a water cooler, very simple, and another extinguisher there, and some more of our tactical gear as well. Alrighty folks, next up, we're going to go over the rear of engine 7. As I come in the door here to my left, we have here is a medication cooler. That's for advanced life support medications, and this keeps them at a nice even temperature, and it helps protect the shelf life of those drugs. Next to that here we have the married irons. And that's what I grab when I come off the engine on a fire. The married irons there. Here we have our COVID supply or jump bag for isolation precautions related to COVID. Let's see. Behind that, here on the bottom, behind this netting, we have our Swift water gear. Down at the bottom there, you can see some life preservers for us and our helmets as well. And here at Franklin Fire, we carry the MSA G1 pack, SCBA, and they're integrated into the seats for quick access, so we can put them on as we're going down the road to the fire, saves a little time. And we have our TIC camera. This is TIC, is short for thermal imaging camera. This one's from FLIR. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to see through smoke within a fire room. There's the display there. And it tells you, as you can see on the bottom right-hand corner, it tells you the temperature, the ambient temperature of the air, wherever you point it. Alrighty, so the next compartment we're going to go to is going to be the passenger seat, officer seat of Engine 7. As you can see in front of you there, you have the, that's a tough book and computer, and that shows what calls are going on at this time, and as well as say if we were going on a call, it has live GPS tracking to get us to the call more effectively. And the last compartment we're going to go over today is going to be the front bumper on Engine 7. Within this is 150 foot of attack line. Generally we use this for car fires and trash fires, dumpster fires, things of that nature. Also have, for easy access, we have a looks like about a 6-foot New York hook here under the lid. And also on the front you'll see these. These are anchor points. For example, swift water rescues, things of that nature. We can use this truck as an anchor point for those rescues. So that's pretty much it for Engine 7 today. We appreciate you stopping by and have a good day.